Hey folks, Corey here with Fist and Stone War Gaming. Well, the new 9th edition Space Marine Codex just dropped today, along with a few new models. One of the models that I'm particularly interested in, at least in terms of appearance, is the new FIRESTRIKE Servo-Turret. So I'm going to take a look at it right here, unbox it, build it, and let's get right into it. So like I said, really interested in the look of this model. For me, it is a reminder of an old German 88 from World War II with the quad platform and the shield with the gun sticking out of it. Of course, by comparison, the Space Marine's a lot bigger than a human infantryman, but it gives me that look, gives me that reminiscent feel, which is kind of why I think I like the aesthetic of this particular model. So new artwork, box looks pretty good. On the back side, typical couple of examples. One important thing to note here is this is an easy to build kit. There are no gluing required, but you will need tools, of course, to cut it off the sprue. So that'll be interesting. No need to magnetize the two different gun options for this kit. That's pretty cool. So let's take a look. And no, I already took the plastic off. Be a little too shiny for the camera. All right, that's it. Put that aside. Okay. So, of course, you got your instruction sheet. You got the gunner build. And then the platform, the turret itself. And then, of course, the quick stat lines on the back. Looks like this comes with an 80mm base, I think. Probably. Let's see here. I got a couple of Terminators right here. Yep, 80mm base. Transfer sheet. Ultramarines, of course, so won't do me a whole lot of good. Maybe the squad numbers or the honor markings, maybe. Set that aside, and then a single sprue with all of the kit. So I think you can start to see, so there's, you see the nub there for easy to build, right there too at the back of the guns. So yeah, holes in some of the models right there. That'll be able to swap guns out between the two different types. Very interesting that this kit is now an easy to build kit. It looks pretty clean. Not a whole lot of flash, and of course they've done a really good job lately with planning the model layout such that mold lines will fall right at the edge of the model. So I'm going to take some time now to build this through. I am going to probably glue some of the parts that won't be interchangeable and leave it a little bit in sub-assemblies, because based on painting, looks like there's a couple of different colors we're going to use here that'll make it easier. So if you haven't done a build of these before, I'm just going to show you a couple of things real quick. Let's start with, let's just cut out this gun here. So I've got a pair of flush cutters. On one side, the cutters are flat. On the other side there, I've got a wedge or a V-groove. Use the flat side of the cutters against a flat surface, like right here. You can get a nice flush cut against that nub, or maybe against the flat bottom, because all these surfaces look like they're going to be flat or relatively flat. You can just snip them right off. All right, so there's a couple of pieces right there. We'll take a look. It doesn't, there is some mold line there on the barrel. Not terrible, but they are there. So to clean up some of this flash and mold lines, you can use a hobby knife or the Citadel tool. I tend to use the blade kind of in a swiping motion to kind of demonstrate here what I'm talking about. So slide the blade right along the surface. That'll get rid of your mold line and flash. You could use a little bit of an emery board. You don't want to use a file on plastic. This piece is going to actually fit in that I was just working on right against these flushly, so you don't have to be too precise. You don't want to be don't want to leave a big nub on there because it will make it not sit properly. So I'm going to cut everything out, clean it up, and we'll come back when I start putting the model together. All right, now I've got everything cut out and cleaned. The kit's pretty straightforward here. There aren't really a whole lot of options, and being easy to build, not really. I don't really have the need to use the instruction manual or keep all the parts separate, which is why I cut everything off the sprue and just clean it all up. Pretty self-explanatory. I've done a lot of these kits over the years, so not too hard to figure out where everything's supposed to go. So I'm just going to put this together and see how it looks when we're all done. This model went together pretty easily. Just needed a little bit of pressure for some of these press fits. The rest of them just slid right into place, not a problem. There are a few gaps here. I would recommend gluing some of these parts together to kind of minimize that, get a bit of a tighter fit. Probably what I'll do after this video is do just that, glue some of these parts together, but leave them in sub-assemblies for ease of painting. And then I can decide if I want to glue them all together at the end. At absolute minimum, I'm going to leave the turret so it could spin on the base, and of course, be able to swap out the weapons. And there's the completed turret. Pretty straightforward build. If you'd like to see some more Warhammer 40K and Space Marine content, click on one of the links on the screen right now. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.